This is a work of fiction. All views expressed, characters, places, and incidents are derived from the author's imagination. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, business establishments, or actual events or locales is purely coincidental. No part of this book, podcast, or broadcast may be reproduced or transmitted without prior written permission from the publisher. All rights reserved.
Here, we study the Kemetic sciences of temporal navigation, where pharaonic priests explored what modern physicists are only beginning to glimpse. Consciousness shapes reality itself. For those joining us for the first time, you've arrived at the perfect moment. Veterans of our previous seasons know we've examined the mathematical precision of pyramid construction, the bioelectric properties of sacred stones, and the neural pathways that activate when human awareness expands beyond linear perception. This season, we venture deeper. What you're about to experience breaks our traditional format. No interviews this episode. No academic discussions. Instead, pure story audio cinema that moves between dimensions as fluidly as thought itself. This episode, we present 4 connected pieces. Names: The Awakening of the Ben-Ben, I Exist in the Now in Aigyptiaka. With our first story, understand the meaning of names in a lesson of time according to balance and order. Our second story, The Awakening of the Ben-Ben, takes place in a liminal space, where our protagonist Demetrius encounters the Ben-Ben stone's full activation. Listen as molecular reality bends around expanded consciousness, as electromagnetic fields rewrite DNA in real time, as time itself reveals its crystalline structure. Then you'll hear I Exist in the Now, a musical meditation born from grief and revelation, where personal loss becomes immersive understanding. We will take you there. It's not coincidental this piece of sonic architecture will translate you back to that period in time. You soon will find out. Remember, nothing else matters but this moment in space and now time.
Art existed before clocks, before kings, She was equilibrium before the Nile had a name. To invoke her was to ensure that the steps of daily life mirrored the architecture of the unseen. Without Ma'at, measurements failed, justice collapsed, names lost their power. And the names mattered most of all. They were not placeholders, they were living archives, which brings us to the continent itself, not as a mass of land, but as a repository of memory. As for the shift from Aigyptiaka to Africa, here one must tread with precision. Aigyptiaka, often cited as the original name of the continent, is a term of contested origin. There is little surviving linguistic evidence that places it directly in the mouths of the people we now call ancient Egyptians, Nubians, or other indigenous African nations. The name Africa, meanwhile, emerged through Roman entanglements. The term Africa Terra originally referred to the northern regions, Carthage and its surrounding lands, derived perhaps from the Berber word Ifri, meaning cave, or the name of a Libyan tribe. As empires expanded and mapped, so too did the terms reach, until it came to blanket the entire continent. What matters, however, is not simply what the land was called, but how it was understood. To the ancient Kemites, land was not territory. It was memory. Each nome, each bend of the river was inscribed with myth and sacred consequence. Names carried stories, not just labels, and in their cosmology, time could bend backwards, spiral forwards, or be undone entirely. Undoing time in Kemet did not involve machines or paradoxes. It was ritual. Through funerary rites and temple invocations, the deceased could be made new again. Return to Zeb Tepi the first time. This was not nostalgia, but a reactivation of sacred design and pattern. Priests invoked it in chants, artists etched it into stone relief. Time wasn't linear. It was cyclical, mutable, sacred, and bound by cosmic principles. It could be reset. It could also be fractured. The failure to uphold Ma'at introduced Aisfet. Disorder, confusion, rupture. In these moments, history did not progress. It convulsed. Whole dynasties collapsed under the weight of imbalance. The calendars fell out of sync. Festivals arrived too early or too late. Even the stars, once trusted, seemed to stagger. Yet always, there were those who remembered. Not by looking forward, but by returning inward. By honoring the precise observations of the sky, the pulse of the Nile, the unseen architecture of balance, they held time together. Not as rulers of it, but as its stewards.
5,000 years ago, Egyptian astronomers achieved mathematical precision that rivals our modern calculations. They tracked Sirius across 1,460-year cycles, understanding that astronomical patterns repeat with measurable variations. Each rising marked not just seasons, but civilizational time itself. Their stone calendars captured stellar movements with tools that demanded human precision, no computers, only direct observation. 36 deacon stars divided their nights into measurable segments, each rising 10 days apart. This created frameworks for understanding how celestial bodies move through predictable cycles while nesting within larger patterns. Using Murphy's sighting tools and plumb lines, they achieved angular measurements accurate to fractions of degrees. Today, Pluto enters Aquarius, completing its 248-year orbital cycle, the kind of long-term pattern Egyptians would have anticipated and calculated. Ancient knowledge, modern application, timeless precision. As Pluto transits in Aquarius during the next 20 years will be an era of what is described by William Strauss and Neil Howe as the fourth turning. Now that we're here in the age of 9, many of us have held our own requiem for the old timeline. I can sense we, the collective, are registering the deviations, the underlying dissonance in the environment. You are becoming aware of and noting things that are out of place that don't fit the expected patterns of everyday life. So many are depolated, frozen in place, watching the unfolding, the awakening. As it intensifies, it reveals profound connections between humanity and our connection to the universe. Individuals are tapping into their innate abilities to perceive energy and intention, fostering a collective consciousness that transcends the limitations and inequitable systemic ways of the past. On the other hand, many are also activating and stepping into a deeper understanding of our shared reality and the interconnectedness of all beings. Yet now, as I prepare to guide you, I feel the weight of the responsibility to repair the fractures in our shared existence and ensure the continuity of our timeline. Just as previous generations have faced crises that prompted societal rebirth, we are now witnessing the lifting of the veil of illusion. The present energy state and resonance of the planet necessitates adaptation, as it signals a phase shift towards modified societal organization. During this transition, challenges are to be considered as data points for system optimization of the new Earth. So many of you are perplexed, some angry, some on the verge of going off the hinges. Trust me. All this rapid change is so frequent, there seems to be no time to make adjustments. I know you're demoralized, I know you're tired. All these shifts and temporal glitches are disorienting and causes apprehension. I know you want to fix it. I have a theory. It might be the only way. But I need your help.
The bend stone blazed white hot in Demetrius's palms, its geometric facets splitting reality into prismatic fragments. Each surface became a window, not metaphorically, but literally showing different temporal streams flowing like rivers of liquid light. His dreadlocks lifted, defying gravity as electromagnetic fields spiraled outward. The goatee hair stood on end. Sand grains rose around his feet, orbiting in perfect mathematical form, tracing hieroglyphic equations that ancient scribes had carved into pyramid walls millennia ago. The activation sequence began. First came the harmonic resonance, not sound exactly, but pressure waves that bypassed the ears and vibrated directly through bone and marrow. The frequency matched the Earth's Schumann resonance, 7.83 hertz, then climbed through octaves no human throat could produce. Glass would have shattered had any been present. Instead, the desert sand beneath his feet crystallized into geometric shapes, sacred angles forming spontaneously. His body became the circuit bioelectric current flowed from his crown down through his spine, earthing through bare feet into Giza's limestone bedrock. The Ben stone served as capacitor, accumulator, and transmitter simultaneously. Every nerve ending fired data packets of pure information, not words or images, but raw understanding flooding his consciousness. Time dilated. A second stretched into minutes, his perception accelerated until he could track individual photons bouncing off dust motes suspended in mid-air. Then faster still until molecular vibrations became visible, reality revealing itself as endless fields of probability waves collapsing into discrete events only when observed. The stone's surface began displaying holographic glyphs, not projections, but actual four-dimensional constructs existing partially outside normal space-time. These weren't symbols to be read, but experienced directly. Each belief contained nested infinities of meaning, fractally encoded wisdom that human language could never adequately translate. His awareness expanded beyond his physical form. He felt, saw, knew the limestone blocks of the Great Pyramid resonating in sympathy, their crystalline structure awakening after centuries of dormancy. Deep beneath Giza, other devices stirred, a network of temporal anchors placed by those who understood that consciousness itself shapes the flow of causality. The activation wasn't just personal, it rippled outward through what the priests called the duat, that liminal space between dimensions where past, present, and future converge. Other operators across the timeline felt the signal, some in ancient Kemetic working by oil lamp in hidden chambers. Others in futures yet unborn, their technology indistinguishable from the stone's sacred geometry. Demetrius's nervous system rewired itself in real time, new neural pathways forming to accommodate expanded perception. He could feel his DNA unzipping and rewriting, dormant codons switching on, expressing proteins that shouldn't exist in baseline humans. The boundary between self and cosmos dissolved, not poetically but at the quantum level where observer and observed merge. Through the Ben's multidimensional lens, he witnessed the truth, the pyramid text encoded. Time wasn't linear but crystalline, with infinite facets reflecting infinite possibilities. What humans called past and future were merely different angles of observation on an eternal present moment. The stone served as a viewing apparatus, yes, but also as a steering mechanism for consciousness to navigate probability streams. Colors beyond the visible spectrum flooded his vision. Ultraviolet hieroglyphs wrote themselves across the sky, infrared serpents of energy coiled around his limbs. In frequencies only certain insects could perceive, angelic geometries assembled and disassembled, building bridges between dimensional membranes. The moment of full activation arrived like lightning finding ground. Every atom in his body briefly converted to pure Damien, existing as waveform rather than particle. In that instant, which lasted either nanoseconds or centuries depending on the reference frame, Demetrius occupied all points along his timeline simultaneously. Child and elder, birth and death, every possible version of himself collapsed into singular gnosis. Then came the download. The Ben stone had fully activated. A full activation of time.
A sudden clarity, my place in time, no longer aligned in space, gifted with a present awareness. Maybe I'm the orphan from the future King David saw when he wrote Psalm 27. I am not forsaken. The Most High has taken me up. I exist in the now. I exist in the now. I sense a fresh start. Outcomes and happenstances nested in the now. Deja vu instances, recognition and remembrance. I exist in the now. I exist in the now. A celebration of genuine love. I watch for the nines, the coded signs, the past becoming place I can edit. I celebrate, dance and play the present. I exist in the now. Yeah. I exist in the now. I have spoken life. I have decreed and declared. I continue. I will not let doubt linger for long. I exist in the now. I exist in the now. I think the best thoughts. I am the tuning fork on a battlefield. I exist across dimension. I exist in the now. I exist. I exist. I exist in